up, Internet? So I'm talking about Christianity since I've been on the internet. So I do dollar drops. I don't just talk online, I spread this message IRL. But anyway, um, one of the things that I notice Christians go to beyond saying I'll pray for you is they say that you can't speak. You'll say something accurate and they'll go like you couldn't hear you. And the reason why is they promise that in their faith. They say interrupt and confuse their speech. So you have to know the curses of religions. Like um, Buddhism, one of their curses is anorexia. They promise that you'll actually not want to eat. So what does it look like the religion does? You should fast. Look at the bony guy, right? So this is obviously devastating to people. We can't live like that. That's impossible for us. So I'm deeply against it, obviously. Um, yeah. Anyway, it was something that I experienced as they go, you're not smart, you can't articulate yourself. And I just saw it in like this room where they're like defending it and they go, atheism numbs your mind. Things Christianity promises, other people will be trampled, they're going to hell. This is the only way. There's a number of things that's like very not accepting. And yeah, they confuse their speech as one of them. So what's sad is when you spoke clearly, obviously it's well written, anyone can read it, but it's not right because I'm gonna get you. So it is true that it's like, it's tough for somebody who thought one way for decades to suddenly change with new information. But it is like two of the things that defeat Christianity, and I got this from the creator, is that it's never defended by the universe. You can challenge Christianity, and nobody named Jesus Christ, the actual Jesus Christ, there are people named Jesus, not them, the actual Jesus Christ will never ever show up to defend it, number one. Number two, this is another thing, there's a few methods at Supreme Reality Control magic, including drugs, including blood magic. And so just because the universe gave you a thunderbolt when you wanted it, it has more to do with the basic nature. There's many methods to achieve supreme reality control magic beyond this is the proof my faith is the faith. So, and all the big boastful claims like let's say the sulfur at Sodom and Gomorrah. One of the claims was sulfur's yellow naturally. Sulfur's white. I was looking at 99% pure sulfur all morning and it was all white, completely white. So, would humans who choose to lie to circumcise you, they did circumcise everyone. It's not like they just kind of believe the faith and like one to three people got circumcised, 80% of them got circumcised. The people who lied to tell you to do it did it, and they create evidence on the side to make it look like their lies are true. Why? They like virgin girls and they'd be caught. So yeah, one of the curses in the Christian religion, Christianity does not curse you with anorexia by name. Other religions do that. I studied religion in college, and Asian religions will try to curse you with anorexia, which is obviously devastating. There's nothing glamorous or cool about it. It's horrible to watch. It's horrible to live through. You shouldn't do it to kids. You know, nobody's better for it. So, very sad. Um, yeah. And you have to remember the animals all eat each other. If you were to take a blade through the middle of your body, you would be in two halves. Your life would basically be over until you passed out and then you'd be gone. You would wither from existence. So it's important to remember that when choosing to trust people with like smoking. Don't put tar or glue in your lungs, you know. Um, any of their poisons, like what is niacin? Is niacin really an essential food? You know, or is it their little haha poisoned you again? because this claim of karmic religions is they can't do it without getting it back. But the truth is, many animals exist just on predation. They are predators. Their whole genetic line exists preying on the bodies of others. And there's nothing in the universe stopping that. And so karma was invented by people who circumcised babies or who did what we call ball cutting. The kings and the princes don't want their favorite women to be touched by men they can't trust, so they get them early and they ruin their lives. And truly, Buddhism is about how to waste someone's time whose balls you cut off, which, by the way, America does trans, which is a form of genital mutilation. You know, if you give a kid a pair of scissors, he's never going to come back with his severed cock, but he would come back with someone else's, and that's the point. So, yeah. Karma was how they blamed their sex crime victim for what they did. Oh, you did this in a past life, you were paying it back. You know, you should find they want them to feel bliss without anything. You shouldn't have to get anything to feel good. Why? They're not going to give them anything. That's the truth. It's manipulation. So yeah, Christians, when they're losing, they confuse your speech. What? I couldn't hear you. That wasn't clear, but it's really, I lost and I'm going back to the attack tactic. They are attackers. They're little berserkers, saboteurs. Christians, the religions are all petty. When they lose, they get petty. So if you would slice a kid so you could go to heaven, are you really morally grounded? Are you? Or are you horrible? B. So anyway, I did see that this morning, that, you know, I had spoken clearly and people were like, what? I can't hear you. You're not speaking. You can't spell. I hear that quite often. But I happen to know from having read their books that they curse you with that the response, they ask the creator so that people who aren't them get their speech confused and can't be heard. If they would ask it, if they asked you to get circumcised and did it, do you think they'd make you suffer on purpose? Like poisoning you? It didn't kill him, but it made him feel horrible. You know, I really wonder what the creator gets out of doing this to us. Like, why make things and then hate it? And the scary answer is we weren't made. We're like self-willed slime. Late generation slime activity. Which is pretty not a life, honestly. So anyway, maybe one day things will be better for everyone. I hope so. Yeah. Sad. These people don't even know how genitals work, and they're defending someone who didn't show up to talk for themselves. Like, why would you defend Christianity and God? Why not let God and Christ show up and speak? And that's the secret. They won't. It's going to be a thought or a feeling they think they had. And Supreme Reality Control magic's real. You can do Supreme Reality Control magic with blood magic, especially if you're a breeder dom. If the fate of your soul doesn't matter and you want to live forever and just party with girlfriends all the time, blood magic starts to make sense. You're already victimizing people. You could read the religion. The religion endorses crucifixion. It doesn't say crucifixion was a crime. Crucifixion was the choice of God for his own child. And it's what you do to cleanse. So, does that mean that they're being nice? We don't know. We really don't know. So, yeah. You'll have a nice future when you live forever for free. As long as you have to get old and die and toil, it's kind of nonsense. It kind of sucks. So, my mom has gone like, I have a mode of happiness. My mom is not happy. She still has to work. She's married to a total loser. She hasn't had a happy day ever. She made sure we didn't have any either. And the only reason she says she's happy is pride. They're proud, like why they can't read obviously clear sentiments. I wrote something so clear, and they're like, you should learn how to speak. Why? Because that's their curse. They just asked for that. Lord, confuse their speech. What? It's so petty. It's super petty. Sad. It would be entertaining if we didn't have to live through it. So, anyway.